And we are live. What's going on, my people? What's going on? Patriots. What's going on, people? Yes. Today we're going to be talking about my truth. Who else hates my truth? Who else hates that term, my truth? I can't stand that term, my truth. What does that mean? Who uses it? Why do they use it? Why all of a sudden everyone's using this term, my truth? This is what we're going to be discussing today. There's a reason why people are using the term my truth. There's a reason why it's so common right now. There's a reason for all of that. And this is what we're going to be discussing today, guys. All right. Hold on a second. Let me just share my screen. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on, people? So hold on a second. I'm going to share my screen. Let's get some definitions out of the way first. Let's get some definitions out of the way first. Let me just share my screen, guys. All right. Now, the term my truth, because I see loads of people using this term my truth. My truth. And I've always wondered how come people are using it so much? Where does this term my truth comes from? I always thought the truth was the truth. There's only one truth. I never thought that the truth could become an opinion or, something that someone felt. And I feel it's a certain type of way. That's my truth. I didn't know that the truth could be turned into anything that anyone feels at any given time. That could become truth because because the truth is just the truth. So there's a difference between objective truth and subjective truth. What it looks as if we're trying to make the truth subjective rather than objective. And that's my issue with people using the term my truth. It's like they're trying to reject truth by making the truth all about their feelings and how they feel. I could listen when it comes down to my feelings, bruv, that's fleeting. You could feel many things, you know, in different times. You could feel many different type of feelings. That's not the truth. That's just how you felt at that time. But let's deal with some definitions here. You know how I like to do things. Let's get some definitions out of the way first. Okay, my truth, meaning on its face, speaking about my truth or your truth suggests that truth is relative to an individual. Listen to what that on its face, speaking about my truth or your truth suggests that truth is relative to an individual. Philosophers call this view truth relativism. It says that when someone makes a claim, that claim is made true or false by what they believe or how they feel rather than by the way it is. Listen to that again. Remember, they said philosophers call this view truth relativism. It says that when someone makes a claim, that claim is made true or false by what they believe or how they feel rather than by the way the world actually is. The way the world actually is, that's subjective truth. The way the world actually is, that's subjective truth. That's the truth. How you feel, what you feel, that's not what the truth is. You can't You can feel many different things in different times, different circumstances. You can feel many different things. That is not the truth. Okay, so now that we know what my truth is, let's find out who uses this term "my truth," because I hear it from the leftist all the time. When I hear people using this term "my truth," it's usually people who are leftist. People who believe in my body, my choice. Those type of people, right? Those are usually the ones who use this term "my truth." All right, wokeism. The woke club. Those are the people that usually use this term "my truth." I wonder why. Because those are the same people that believe in abortions. Those are the people that believe in the pill. Those are the same people that believe in sexual empowerment. Those are the people that believe in every degeneracy that's going on. Those are the people that believe in gender identity. Those are the people that usually tend to believe in every degenerate thing that we see on in the world today. Okay, so those are the people that usually use this term "my truth." You know what? You want to know how I define my truth? I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you guys know how to define my truth. To me, my truth is just another way to avoid accountability. I actually wrote it down, guys. My truth is just another way to avoid accountability, to avoid objective truth, the real truth, and to live in delusion. Yeah. So my truth, according to me, I've got two definitions for it. Yeah. My first definition is my truth is just another way to avoid accountability, to avoid objective truth, the real truth, to live in delusion. And my second definition is my truth is just another way to discredit objective truth, because if the truth becomes subjective, then anything can be true, anything can be moral. All right. So I'm going to repeat that one more time for you. The second definition: my truth is another way to discredit objective truth, because if the truth becomes subjective, then anything can be true, anything can be moral. Let me ask you one question, guys. Let me ask you one question, yeah? I'm going to ask you a straight up question. I want to see if you guys can understand what I'm actually saying here. I'm going to give you an example of how dangerous my truth is. I'm gonna make a statement right now. Abortion is murder. Did you know that there are people that will argue against the fact, the biological fact, the objective truth that abortion is murder? Did you know that there are people that will argue against that? Why would someone argue against something that is objectively true? Abortion is the termination of a life. Life begins at conception. A new genetic, a new, a new when the egg and the sperm come together, you oh, shout outs to my bro Rashid. My truth also created cancel culture. That's true. We're gonna get into that as well. The bro John says delusional people exist. Yes. Why would yes, it's true. Delusional people exist. It's true, but they exist for a reason, though. The bro one, and this is what I want. There's so many layers to this argument. Why would someone deny something that is factual? If you know, okay, that if you know that something is objectively true, meaning abortion is the termination of a life. If you know that that's true, why would you argue against it? I'm trying to get you guys to realize something here. Why would you argue against that? If it's objective, when I say objective, just like the air you breathe, you need air in order to survive, right? You need oxygen. You need food, right? These things are objectively true. You cannot deny these things. These things are objectively true. Why would people argue? You need a man and a woman to create a child. Why would people argue against that? Why would people call men women, women men? The reason why people do that is because of this idea of my truth. Well, I feel this way, so therefore it's no. No, 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 no. Just because you feel a certain way does not mean that it's true. Just because you feel like you are homosexual doesn't mean you are homosexual. That's how you feel. Just because you feel like you're a woman that does not make you a woman. Just because you feel like you are a man, you're not a man. Yeah. But for some reason, we're living in a society where objective truth. Hold on a second, guys. Objective truth, facts, reality is literally being ignored, being put to the side deliberately, by the way. And people are going along with it. It doesn't matter how many, it doesn't matter um how many biological arguments, how many scientific facts you can list. A a person who believes in abortion will still find a way of denying those scientific facts. This is the problem with this term, my truth. Because once the truth becomes subjective, guys, anything goes. A man can be a woman can be a man, anything goes. Once there is no objective truth no more, anything goes, and you guys are witnessing it right now. Look at the world you're living in. You're witnessing right now. When people think of my truth is, they usually think this is an innocent term. This is not an innocent term. This is a very satanic term. It goes back to the idea of do as thy will. Shout outs to my bro Hassan. 707 subs. Wow. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention as well. We've reached 707 subscribers. I'm really proud. Shout outs to the team, to all the people that support us, that's always there for us, that's always, you know, helping the channel grow. Shout outs to all of you. And yeah, bro, the channel is growing, Hassan. It's growing. Hassan says it's growing fast. Rashid says, did you know Marlon Wayans used to have a daughter named Amai? Now she transitioned to a man named Kai. There you go. That's because of this idea of my truth. This idea that the truth can be anything. The truth can't be anything, guys. The truth is the truth. There's a reason why a man is born is born with male private parts, and a woman is born with female private parts. There's a reason for that. That's because the truth is objective. It's real. Now, let's talk about. Hold on a second. How do we test? How do we find out if the truth is objective or subjective? How do we find that out? Hold on a second. And to Rashid's point as well, loads of celebrities are promoting and pushing this. Will Smith's kids. I don't know. I don't think they've transitioned yet. You know, But his son, he's open about being a homosexual. The daughter living is it a polyamorous lifestyle. That's what she's doing currently. Look, I mean, that's every celebrity. I forgot Dwayne Wade. I think doesn't Dwayne Wade. He took the words right out of my mouth, Rashid. Dwayne Wade. Yeah, I don't know if it's his son that's transitioned into a girl or his girl that's transitioned, but transitioning is happening there as well. You know, all of these Hollywood celebrities, all of these famous people endorse this idea, and it comes from this idea of my truth. Because if the truth stopped being objective, then it can become anything you want it to be. That's the true meaning of do as thy will. This is why you have to be careful about this idea of my truth. And loads of people just go along with it because they think of it in almost a very innocent way. Oh, there's no harm. This idea of my truth. Yeah, live your truth. Yeah, what they don't understand how harmful this is down the line. They don't understand how spiritually harmful this is. Rashid says, used to have a son and now a daughter. No, bro, he still has a son. He just has a son that thinks is a daughter. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's Hassan Edit said, if the nuts and screws are non-binary, the house will fall off. Facts. That's facts. That's facts. But guys, that's the world we're living in. I just want you guys to be careful because this you know my truth, my body, my choice, these concepts, these ideas, they've only really became famous in the Western world not too long ago. I said 2 decades ago. I think 2 decades is even, you know, too long. But it's very recent, this idea of my body, my choice, um, you know, my truth. You guys need to be careful with that. But let me just quickly move on to how we can easily disprove this idea of, how you can test. How do you test on how to find out if the truth is objective or subjective? All right. Have you guys ever heard of how do you find out if the truth is objective or subjective? Because some people might say, no, I think the truth is subjective, depends on people. I think I've given a few examples now to kind of show that the truth can't be subjective, it has to be objective. Now, but how do we test? How do we find out if the truth is objective or subjective? An easy way of testing that out is through the golden rule. Now, what does the golden rule say? The golden rule says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is how you test if the truth is objective or subjective. What does that mean? That means, let's say you harm me. Let's say you stab me, for example. Let's say that happened. Would you like me to stab you back? Would you like me to stab you back? I guarantee that 100 people would say no. I don't want you to stab me back. I don't. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Why wouldn't you want them to stab you back? Because it would hurt, isn't it? That means the truth is objective. The reason why the very fact that you would want someone to do that to you shows that the truth is objective. It's not subjective. You felt like during that time when you stabbed that person, you felt like stabbing him. After you stabbed them and you've been held, you've been put in a certain place, and you can't do anything else, and then they ask you, you know what, since you stabbed that person would like to stab you back. We're going to give you a choice. We want you to tell us whether you'd like to get the same treatment. Most people would say, no way. No, 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 no. I don't want the same treatment. See how I treat that guy? I don't want that same treatment. That's what most people would say. That shows that the truth is objective. So that's a quick test on how to, you know, when on how to decide whether the truth is objective or subjective. And guys, anyone that tells you, no, 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 the truth is subjective, no, it's just about how you feel, blah, 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 blah. Just ask them, just carry out this test. And it comes from do unto others as you would have them do unto you. All right. So now that we've established that the truth is objective, not subjective, is there an agenda to turn the truth from, I would say, to fool people into believing that the truth is subjective? Is there an agenda? And why does this agenda exist? Well, people never used to use the term my truth 50 years ago. Where did it come from? It came from somewhere. Things just don't just appear out of nowhere, guys. I know they want us to believe that everything is a coincidence. No, 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 no. There's no coincidences, guys. There's always a reason behind it. All right. So, is there an agenda? Yes, there is an agenda. The same people that legalized abortion, the same people that legalized the pill, the same people that made promiscuity normal, the same people that create the single mother culture, that and all the problems that we see in society, the same people that are sexualizing the children, they have been able to do these things because of this ideology called my truth. They want you to get to this point where the truth becomes subjective rather than objective. They want you to get to that point. They want you to reach that, where the truth can be anything you want it to be. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Like, just think about it. Truth can be anything you want it to be. Why? Because it's His truth. So if the truth can be anything you want you want it to be, then that means anything goes. We have to honor it because that's their truth. You can't argue against someone's truth. You see, when the truth is objective, when there's you can turn around and hold people accountable. When the truth is objective, you can hold people accountable. You can say, no, 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 that's bullshit. That's wrong. That's wrong, guys. That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. But when the truth is subjective, you can't tell anyone anything at all. You can't tell anyone anything because guess what? It's how that person feels. And what they feel is right. They feel like a woman, they are women. That comes from this idea of my truth. That's my truth. You can't argue with it. Society is literally teaching us to accept people's ideas of what truth is, of what truth is. They want us to say, all right, this person feels this way, so it must be right. Imagine a pedophile. Just imagine that. Imagine a pedophile. Well, my truth is to according, a pedophile would say, my truth is to sleep with children. Imagine validating that. Imagine legalizing that. Imagine getting people, getting society to accept that because that's how they feel. Imagine that. And we heading that way. We've already accepted homosexuality. We've already accepted, um, lesbian relationships. We've already accepted transgenderism. We've already accepted, so many. All of that comes from this idea of I feel like this. There is no gene for homosexuality. It's a choice. It's how a choice is how a person feels. We've already accepted that. You can be black. A white person can be black now. All they have to say is, I identify as a black person. I identify as a white person. It's the idea you can be anything you want to be. And society has to bow down to it, agree to it, say, yes, 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 you're absolutely right. The Rashid Richardson says, the whole of Hollywood are pedos. Yes. And that's because of the occult. The occult, the occult is about abusing and sacrificing children in order to be possessed by demonic entities. That's why they do that. And apparently there's some kind of drug, I forgot the name of it, that the more a child is in distress, the more something secretes into their blood or something like that. And these guys drink the blood and it gives them a rush, something like that. I forgot. Metrodome, I don't know. Forgot the name of the actual. But yeah. But this is what we head into. This idea of society is being pushed to validate people's feelings, to look at people's feelings as, yes, you know what, you felt that way, so that must be right. You feel like a homosexual, oh, then you are that. You feel like a lesbian, then you are that. You feel like, so what happens when someone says, I feel like a pedo? I think in about 10 years time, 10 years time, 5 years time, even less than that, I think people will be saying, yeah, we need to validate this person's feelings. This comes from the idea of my truth. The idea that we have to accept people for how they feel. So there is an agenda, and the agenda is to destroy objective truth. That's the agenda. The agenda is to destroy what we know to be true. Like a man is like for example, there's two genders. There's two genders. They want to destroy that. They have destroyed that. They've already destroyed that. There's no two genders anymore. It's how you feel. There's a billion genders. And that comes from the idea of, my truth. They are trying to get society to psychologically accept the idea that how you feel determines what truth is. And I'm going to tell you guys, unless you believe in something like a religion, God, you won't be able to argue with them. You really won't. You see, as a Christian, I can argue with these people. I can say, no, God says in the Bible, only men and women. There is no such thing as more than two genders. I can argue that because I have, I have an authority. Most people can't argue that. Most people are willingly accepting it. They don't have no authority. Most people are atheists. They don't believe in nothing. So how are you going to argue against someone that says, Well, who are you to tell me what is right and what is wrong? Even though those people have arguments, even though those people have valid arguments, you don't need to believe in God in order to understand. You don't need to believe in God in order to understand that you need a man and a woman to create a child. This is something that we can observe. You don't need the Bible to understand something like that. You really don't. Something we can observe, something we can see. I see it all the time. And the Bible just reflects reality. It just reflects what's already there. You know, they don't want you to accept reality. They want you to accept how people feel, however degenerate that might be. Just imagine a world, right? So is there an agenda? Yes, there is an agenda. There is an agenda, guys. The powers that be uh, want a society or a world that they want a world where how you feel is the truth. They want a world where the truth no longer exists. It's all about how you feel. They want to legalize that for you guys. That's what they want to do. They've already legalized the murdering of children. They've already legalized a lot of degeneracy that we see in society. They've already legalized it. They've already legalized homosexuality. They've already legalized transgenderism. They've already legalized a lot, and it's all of those things are based on how people feel. And if you, if, you know, and it comes from this idea of my truth. It's my truth. I feel this way, so therefore it's the truth, even though it's not the truth. Hold on, before I move on into my next point, I had another one to share with you guys. So, to these people, the truth is relative, guys. The truth can be anything. Anything. It's crazy. Hold on a second. I'm dropping jewels out here for you guys, man. You guys better start listening to this. I'm telling you, you know, especially if you want a legacy later on in life. Yeah, I was gonna bring this up. I was gonna bring this up in the beginning of the live. Who uses the term "my truth"? This is a popular phrase being used currently among people in spiritual communities. New Agers, those New Age guys, yeah. And those who think of themselves as philosophically open-minded and driven. These are the people using this term. Yeah. Basically, feminists, woke people, um, fucking justice warriors. These are the people, spiritual communities, okay, just meaningless nonsense, new age weirdos. All of that is Satanism, by the way, guys. All of that is Satanism. All of that is, if you look at these new age guys, if you look at these spiritual communities, they all believe in the same thing. If you look at them, they believe in the same thing that feminism believes. They believe in my body, my choice. They believe in all these slogans, all these feminist slogans. They believe in that men, they believe that women are above men, and so on and so forth. They believe in all of those things. They believe in the patriarchy. So they believe that the patriarchy was oppressive to women. They believe in all of these feminist slogans. Woke people, secular humanists, spiritual communities, all of them, new age people, they all believe in the same philosophy. It's all the same thing. It all comes from the occult. All of these ideologies all come from the occult. They all have one purpose. Yeah. Just because they got different names don't mean anything. You guys need to start paying attention. You really need to start paying attention. People are being psychologically indoctrinated into believing in satanic philosophies, satanic ideas. I'm just here trying to give you guys some games so you understand what's going on. Yeah, imagine a world where everyone had their own truth. Just just think about that for 1 second. Imagine a world where everyone had their own truth. How would the world function? How could the world function if everyone had their own truth? Imagine communicating with someone that okay, imagine this, imagine communicating with someone that had their own truth. How would that look like? I'm trying to think about it. It's all dependent on how that person feels. So we don't have no common ground. So there is no common ground. Whenever you talk to someone who, believes in the idea of my truth, you know, there is no common ground because it's based on their feelings, and those feelings can change at any given moment. So there is no common ground. How would society function? Especially if society encourages everyone to validate that person's feelings. How would society function? How could you even communicate with the next person? Would you even be able to communicate with the next person? I think society wouldn't be able to function. I think society would just break down. Literally. Imagine saying, "Oh, bro, you know what? Yeah, you can't do that." If the what? I'm sorry. That's not how I feel. The way I feel is like this, and you can't argue with them. You can't. Why? Because you live in a society that says you must validate how that person feels. Just imagine how the world would work, how the world would function. It wouldn't function, would it? It really wouldn't. Everything would just break down and fall apart. Rashid just brought up an important point. Rashid goes, shouts to my bro Rashid. I can't chat to these people. I have no patience at all. But one day, the next generation will chat to these people, bro. Rashid said there's a video of a man using a woman's toilet, and he said he's transgender when they tried to kick him out. There you go. There you go. Rashid goes, he had no makeup, fake hair, or anything, just plain clothes. Look at what even my brother Rashid said. He had no makeup, no nothing, as if having makeup and looking like a woman would would be okay. You see, even my brother Rashid here, you know, as much as he's against it, he's slowly kind of not accepting it, but look at what he just said. He had no makeup, as if that would be okay. That's not okay. That is not okay. Even if you've got makeup, that's not okay. But people are accepting that. They say, well, you need to at least look like a woman. What I've listen, imagine my daughter goes into a bathroom and I turn around and say, listen, mate, you can't use that bathroom. That's a woman's bathroom. You can't use it. That's a woman's toilet. You can't use it, mate. Yeah. Let's say my daughter comes out. Um. Oh, Rashid goes. My bro Rashid goes. He asked, "Why do you think I'm not?" The woman couldn't answer. She couldn't answer it. She couldn't answer it. How come she couldn't answer it? He's a man. She couldn't answer it. Most people today can't answer it. So this guy comes out of the toilet, no makeup, no nothing, as if that makes it all right. Doesn't make it all right. And 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 according to her, she says, "Why do you think I'm not?" The woman couldn't answer it. So she said, "You're not a woman." And he said, "Why do you think I'm not?" And she couldn't answer it. People are scared of telling the truth these days. My bro Rashid says, "I don't accept it at all, mate. I'm just gonna leave it because there's no point." You see, I don't blame Rashid. I don't accept it at all. I don't think for 1 second Rashid accepts it at all. But look at the language. Look at the language. They had no makeup, no nothing. What I'm basically trying to demonstrate is that people are being forced. For example, let's say the person walked into the toilet, right? A man walks into a toilet and he looked like a woman, but he's a man. Most people would accept that. Most people would be okay with that. Or at least he looked like a woman. You see, different degrees. People will accept that. Me and Rashida say, no, I don't care if you look like a woman. I don't care what. If, you know, can you believe that there's going to come a day when men and women are going to be in the same toilet? Does that sound to you guys like women's rights? Does that sound, because all this comes from feminism? Like I told you before, the idea that the gender is a social construct comes from feminism. Simone de Beauvoir in the 1920s. Feminists were already writing and pushing for this type of stuff. Yeah. Does this sound like women's rights to you guys? You see, my problem is that most people would accept, well, at least you won't make up. Now, back to the point I was trying to make. And I'm like, Rashid, I don't accept it at all. At all. At all. Not even one little bit. I don't care if you're wearing makeup. I don't care if it's wrong. Now, back to the point that I was trying to make, right? Now, my daughter, she goes to the toilet and a man is in there. And and the man comes out and I'm angry. I want to kill this guy, right? And the guy comes out and I'm like, what were you doing in my daughter's toilet? Sorry, in the woman's toilet. My daughter was in there, mate. Imagine I say that to him, right? And he says, what? Bro, what are you talking about? I'm a woman. I'm like, listen, you're not a woman. You're a man. And then he turns around and he says, no, 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 I'm a woman, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, listen, let me tell you the truth. The truth, I don't care what you believe, but the truth is that you're a man. He goes, who? And then he replies, who are you to tell me what my truth is? Can society function like that? Honestly speaking, can society function like that? How long do you think before society disintegrates? How can you communicate with a person like that? There's no common ground. Common ground would be objective truth. The reason why us human beings can communicate with each other is because we have objective truth. We understand certain things to be true because we observe them to be true. So therefore, we can communicate with each other um, uh, uh, um, based on that foundation. But as the world slowly keeps moving towards this idea of my truth, as people become more my truth orientated, bro, the world will continue to the world will continue to disintegrate as it becomes more my truth orientated. Because we won't be able to communicate with each other. Nothing will make sense because it all depends on how you feel. How I feel. How I feel dictates everything. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what? I'm seeing more and more people accepting it. And let me tell you something. If you guys are indifferent about the situation, if you guys are not speaking out, you've accepted it already. You're okay with it. It's not enough to just be quiet. It's not enough to say, I disagree, but I'm not going to speak out against it. It's not enough. Me and my bro Rashid, we did an episode on I forgot the name, but it's something to do with Rashid, remind me of the episode, something to do with transgenderism and all of that. Something to do with that, So we're speaking out against it. So it's not enough to be quiet, guys. My bro Rashid says, I won't accept anything if they can't describe what a woman is without saying it's how they feel. Well said, bro. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if you're not speaking out against the stuff, you are for it. Don't tell me, oh, you know what? Yeah, I just don't want to get involved. I don't want no issues, no nothing. Then that means you're being selfish. You don't care about the next generation. My bro, the bro G1, he says modern men and women are cringe. They are. They're very cringe. Because they believe in ideas like my truth. My truth. Can I send a clip? Yeah, bro, you can send it, but I don't think I know how to play it though. Hold on. But how are you gonna send the clip? Where are you gonna send the clip to? Bro, listen, guys. I'm rubbish when it comes to this technological stuff. Man. I'm just learning this stuff. I'm telling you. I know Rashid hates when I say that, but I'm learning this stuff. Yeah, bro, please, if you can send the clip, man, I wish, or a link, right? Yeah, send the link. Okay, send the link, bro. Let's see if have 100 men and women in place. Rashid says, have 100 men and women in place. Get these woke idiots to answer if it's a man or a woman, and they will win 1 million. It's true. The bro, send it, the bro, send it. Send it. I'll try my best. Like listen, when it comes to technology, guys, I'm worthless, I'm useless. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying because I'm trying to push this podcast out there for you guys to, Rashid says our episode not published yet is about same-sex couples raising kids. Yeah, that's what it was. Same-sex couples raising kids. And I don't think that's right. I don't think same-sex couples should be raising kids. A child needs a man and a woman a father and a mother to raise them. That's what they need. Yeah, bro, send it, bro. I'll see if I can play it. But listen, if I don't, it's not because I don't want to play, just because I'm rubbish at technology. I'm learning all this stuff from scratch. I'm telling you, my bro Mo is teaching me all this stuff. But yeah, not you see, my truth sounds innocent, right? It sounds like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, guys. Yeah, my truth. You see, with a lot of these liberal ideologies, these feminist, liberal, secular, humanist ideologies, right? It sounds innocent at face value. It sounds like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It is once you really look into it. Once you really look into it, you find out how evil it truly is and why people shouldn't follow it. I want people to learn about it so that they can avoid it. That's why I want people to learn about it. That's why I talk about these things here. A lot of people need to start understanding. If you want to understand something or any issue that's going on in society right now, you have to do your research. You have to look back. You have to see where it comes from. You have to look at the root of it, and then you'll understand what its true purpose is. Because a lot of this stuff sounds innocent. My truth is innocent. It's just his truth. It sounds innocent. Once you start studying the history behind it, once you start studying where it came from, and why it's being used all of a sudden, once you start connecting the dots, you start understanding what's actually going on. All right, my final point, guys. Where is this my truth idea leading society? Can I be honest with you guys? Where is this my, as if I'm not honest? I am a very honest person. Um, this idea of my truth is leading society to get rid, to destroy objective truth. To it's leading society to accept a satanic occultic idea called "do as thy will." It's leading society to the worship of Satan. It's leading society to accept evil things. Remember, we already accept the murder of children. We already accept homosexuality. We already accept all of these degenerate things. We already accept that. All these morally degenerate things, we already accept that. You're going to accept even worse than that. You're going to accept even worse than that. I'm telling you. That's where this is leading society. It's leading society into a place where you are opening yourself up to accepting anything. And what's coming will be your religion, your God. And what's coming is the occult. What's coming is Satanism. This is what people are being led. It's a new religion. You're being introduced into a new way of thinking, a new religion. Society, the world is being pushed and indoctrinated into accepting a new belief system, a new religion. And everyone is accepting it already. I mean, come on, listen, guys, I'm not talking nonsense here. We already accept murdering children in the womb, murdering babies in the womb. We already accept homosexuality, lesbianism. Soon we're going to be accepting, people are going to be accepting pedophilia. I will never accept it. As a Christian, it's evil. People will accept pedophilia. People will accept all of that, all of these things. And it's all coming from, if you can get a person to believe in this idea of my truth, this idea that the truth is relative, that the truth is subjective. If you can get people to accept that, you can get them to accept anything. Anything. And that's what's happening now. Shouts to the bro G1. He says, I'm finding it. Bro, I'm gonna end the live soon though, bro. But send it to me so I have it with me. So I can play it. And send it to me, bro. If you found it or not. I'll try and play it now. The Browger one, laughing out face. Unification based on facts, brain rot. Yeah. There's no such, human beings can't just, in order to unify, you need to have an ideology. And you have to pick your ideology, you have to pick your belief. You have to pick your belief because the ideology that's influencing the society is leading people into a new way of thinking that will allow them to accept something that most people ain't ready for. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. But yeah, guys, listen, man. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of this ideology called My Truth. The clip is link above. The clip is link above. Where's the link? Can't see it. Did you send it already, bro? Where do I get the link? Nah, I can't see no link. The clip is link above. All right. Okay. I can't see it, bro. Sorry. The clip is bro Johnson says yes. Where's I can't see no link. Copy and paste. But where's the link though? Where's the link, bro? Link above. What does link above mean? I'm saying this is all the technological terms that you guys know what it is, and I don't. I'm telling you, listen, I never even social media, bro. It wasn't until I started the podcast that I only had a Facebook up until I started the podcast. Honestly, seriously, you know, never really been on social media like that. It even feels strange being on social media. I'm telling you. Rashid says, "Well done." Um, I don't know what you mean by "well done," bro, but if you mean the show today, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Um, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another show. It might be me and Hassan. Hassan hollered at me, said he's on it. So, and we're going to have a crazy topic for you as usual. I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to give you guys plenty of notice. I know I didn't do it yesterday, but yeah. Rashid goes, I'll be honest, I can't see the link. Laughing out loud. I can't see it either, man. My bad, man. My bad. But yeah, guys, listen. I have to end the show here. The bro OG1, shout outs to you. Shout outs to Rashid for joining me on live. Appreciate you guys for commenting and participating. Appreciate that, guys. The bro OG1, send me that link tomorrow, yeah? Send me that link tomorrow. Um and email me any links that you want me to play as well, man. Email it to me. Email it to me as well. But yeah, guys, listen, shout outs to you. Nothing but love, Solution Podcast. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, let's go, man. The Broad one says, guest pleads Myron isn't African. Guest pleads Myron isn't African American. Myron is not an African American. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind, bro. I'll definitely keep. Nah, Myron isn't African American. He's a Sudanese. He's Sudanese, so he's not an African American. He doesn't come from the Bantu lands. African Americans are people that come from the Bantu lands in Africa. The Bantu area is a specific area in Africa. It's not like North Africans, for example. So when people start, African American, they use that for anyone that might be a little bit dark skinned, but no, in Africa you'll find many different like shades, many different shades. You see black people with straight noses and white people's hair, but there's usually, if you look at the North Africans and if you look at the Africans in the South, there is a huge difference. Myron is not an African American. He's a Sudanese, guys. He's a Sudanese. He was never part of the transatlantic slave trade that took the Bantu Africans over um, to America, to America and Europe and so on and so forth. So yeah, Bantus are different. We are. I'm a Bantu. I'm Angolan, so I'm a Bantu. My nose is different. You know, uh, we're different, bro. We're different. But yeah, guys, listen. Salute to the bro G1. Salute to Rashid. Nothing but love. Peace, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Yes, Portuguese. By the way, guys, as well. Dad Portuguese, mom Angolan. You know what I mean? So yeah, and we speak Portuguese in Angola. That's the colonial language that we still speak, but really and truly, our real language is Umbundu Kimbundu. So yeah, love, guys. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.